Hi, there's Life Prepper here. My son and I and we've discussed the New World Order of 500 million. And then we're talking about how many of the rather well-to-do, like Bill Gates and some others who have become part of this, who feel that 90% of the earth should die in order to save it. So the question is, who decides who lives and who dies? The fact is, in reality, a virus outbreak, if it happens worldwide to a massive amount, it's not going to discriminate. It's not going to decide that I'm not going to touch any of the New World Order people because they're fine. I'm not going to touch all the well-to-do people because they're well-to-do. And I'm not going to touch all the important people because they're important. I'm not going to touch all the politicians because we need them to run the governments. No, a virus outbreak or World War, whatever happens, is not going to discriminate in that way. So who does the New World Order choose and decide who lives and who dies? Or do they feel that in this situation that it will choose itself? I don't totally understand this. I want someone to explain it to me how they feel about that. And how come they're allowed to have this big old display of these things, these commandments, and all this stuff on a display when Christians are not even allowed to have their 10 commandments on display and being taken down and other issues in that area? So I want to know about that. So who do they choose? I mean, the thing is, you think about it though, if you follow according to what the Bible says, it's talking about plagues and things like that. But it's been happening since the beginning of time. Plagues has come along and controlled the population. It called it. And it's a sad thing. Same thing with animals. It always talks about the fittest survive and the weakest didn't. So there was one gentleman who he survived one plague among everybody, never got sick, and then he turned around and got exposed to a different plague and died from it. So you just don't know. So that's what I want to know about this New World Order predicting 500 million people around the world. That's it. 500 million people around the world. Who do they choose to be part of this group? Do they think it's just going to be for just the wealthy, the very important ones, or whatever? Do they think yes? Do they think it's going to happen through Mother Nature? Do they think it's going to happen man-made? That they are going to go out there and destroy mass amount of people, whatever. Tell them, hey, you got to go. Who do they decide? I don't understand this New World Order thing. I don't understand how they come up with this 500 million, and I don't understand people like Bill Gates and some of these others who have become affiliated with things in this area and it has actually talked about reducing population by 90%. They've made their billions and billions and billions off of people. All the ones they just decide, well, you know what? We don't need all of y'all. We need to be gone with all of y'all. But they live very comfortable. They don't go to bed without food in their belly. And I want to tell you, a lot of these people out here who are poorer than church mice are highly intelligent individuals. Just things happen in their life that prevented them from going to college and maybe bettering themselves or whatever other reason. Maybe they just had to stay home and take care of their family. Maybe they stayed on the farm or worked the farm. Whatever the reason is, many of them did not go those routes or just got lucky by a chance or had someone who was willing to invest into a company to help them build up. So I don't understand this 500 million. I don't understand this New World Order. So please explain to me how they come up with this number. Explain to me who they decide lives and who they decide dies, and how do they think it's going to happen? And what idiot thinks that just because they're part of this New World Order that they're going to be the ones that lives because they're wealthy or highly intelligent or of this particular band or group or whatever, because I know they just don't accept any and everybody into this New World Order. It's just like, you know, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, and how many people's in this secret society that people don't know about. So will you explain it to me? Because I don't understand it. Where did they come up with this new world order, 500 million? And I don't. And where do they think that just because they're part of this group that they are not going to be affected by this? Especially no matter what, some of them's going to die just like anybody else. So I don't understand this. So you explain it to me. Can you explain to me what the New World Order is and how they come up with this number? This is Life Prepper. I want you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all, and please explain it to me.